we have to ask ourselves, did those two pieces, do these match? No, they don't. This says didn't make. This says did make. Now, we have to create one more piece and match. So we have 12 here, and we have 75%. Now, the reason why we want to make an extra piece is because we want to match it to the part that we're given. Okay, so this is technically a part. So we need to come up with actually another section, right? So if I know that 75% are the shots that he made, what percent are the shots that he did not make? That would be 25%. So if 25% are the shots that he didn't make, I can now match these two. That's our goal. So didn't make matches didn't make. I will use this part and that part. So once you have deconstructed your word problem, now you can go and set up a percent proportion. Again, part over whole, a percent out of 100%. This should be the first thing that you guys do. Okay, please don't leave your units off. Okay, be specific. So I'm going to go ahead and put my, we can start with a percent. So I'm going to put 25%. That always goes out of 100, always over 100. And again, just to clarify, guys, when you add your 2%, it should equal 100, right? 75% is what he did make, and 25 is what he didn't. That's how I figured out 25. I subtracted 75 from 100, and I was left with 25%. Okay, so then I have 12%. It says 12% didn't make those shots, okay? And then I have my whole, the X goes here. I cannot put anything else here other than the X, okay? So, you guys, we're going to use scaling. I know you're not a fan, but we got to try. So let's do this, okay? So we need to figure out what we divide to get to 12. So 25, let's see how many times 12 can go into 25. 25 divided by 12 is equal to 2.083. We're going to just go 3 digits, all right? So let's see if we, if this works. So 25 divided by 2.083, okay? Right? Let's work backward. Let's see if it works. So if I work backward and I multiply 12 by our scaling factor, it should give me 25, right? So if I did 12 times 2.083, it gives us almost 25 if you see that. And that's a-okay because with scaling, you're going to have that kind of issue, okay? So because you're working with decimals. All right, so let's do the same thing on our denominator. I'm so sorry. It's a late day and my words are getting jumbled. So thank you for being patient with me, guys. So if I use 100 and I divide by the same scaling factor by 2.083, let's see what we get. 100 divided by 2.083 gives us about 48. Okay, notice how there's 0.00. We're going to stop at 48. So that means X should be 48 shots attempted. Right? So this is our answer. We're going to double check our answer with cross multiplication. Okay? So the only two numbers that are across from each other are 12 and 100. All right? 12 times 100 gives you 1,200. I'm going to divide that by my unused number of 25, which is 48. We were right. Perfect. Pretty simple, guys. If you can get this down, if you understand how to break down your word problem, you will be successful. And these will come really easy to you, and they'll actually start to be kind of fun. Okay? And if you ever want more word problems like these, just to practice, you're more than welcome to ask me, okay? Alright, so let's move on to question 5, and then I'll let you guys go so you can enjoy your break. So I'm going to go ahead and read it. It says, Andrew bought a pair of shoes that were 45% off the original price. The sale price was $88. What was the original price of the shoes? So I'm going to go ahead and start with part, whole. Again, I told you I want you to start with the piece by identifying the x, meaning you need to identify what you're solving for. So what we're solving for is, what we're solving for is what the question is saying. What was the original price of the shoes? Our key word here is original, meaning what was it before anything happened to it? So that was our whole. So we want to find x is the total amount of money, which is the original price of the shoes. So I know it's tedious. You're like, what? We have to write in math? Yes, it helps you. I'm telling you, if you listen and make your sentence, each part and each whole as detailed as you can, you'll be successful, okay? So next it says 45% off the original price. So we know that's a percent. We're going to put it up here, okay? So 45% off the original price. Now you have to ask yourself, 45% off is a discount, all right? So you can say 45% off. You can. But you also have to think about, does that make sense to you? Because to me, it doesn't. So I'm going to say 45% off. That means that's 45% that I'm not paying for. So you don't pay. You can write not pay. Right? You're not going to pay 45% off, or 45% because that's off the price. Now it says the sale price is $88. Okay, that's going to be a part because you're solving for whole, so that must be your part. Now, that's on sale for $88. If you go to Nike, okay, and you see a pair of kicks that you're like, oh my gosh, they're on sale for like $1,000. I've got to get them. That means if it's on sale for $1,000, and I am sure it's not on sale for $1,000, probably like $100. If they're on sale for $100, that means you're going to pay that $100, right? It was originally a higher price. So if it's on sale for $88, you are going to pay $88. So this is what you pay. But we've encountered a problem. This part does not match that part. Notice how this says not pay and this says pay. We need to create another piece of information, unfortunately. Okay? So I want you to think about it with regards to your percent. If I know everything's always out of 100%, think about it like this. If 45% is what you don't pay or not pay, what percent would you be paying for? So if you need a calculator, get one. 100 minus 45 gives you 55%. That means I'm going to pay for 55% of the shoes. So now I can go ahead and match my parts. I want to use that one with this one. Oops. Oopsies. Miss Linsky's made an oopsies. I want to use that part with that part. 55% and $88. I don't need 45%. Okay? So now I can go ahead and set up my percent proportion. I've got 100%. Percent out of 100%, part over whole. All right, and you need to do this every single time. Now I'm going to take my percent, fill that in. I'm going to take my other part, $88. Please put dollars, okay? That's going to help you. And then you're solving for the original price. So I'm going to have to use scaling again. So I don't know. I'm going from a small number to a big number. That means I'm going to have to multiply or divide. If you said multiply, you are right. So I have to multiply 55 but by some sort of number. I have no clue what that number is. Okay? So I'm going to divide 88 by 55. So I'm going to work backward. I'm going to find the scaling factor by doing 88 divided by 55. My scaling factor is 1.6. Okay? So if you can figure out which way you're going, meaning from 55 to 88, because I need to figure out x. You're always going toward x. You'll be fine, okay? So I'm going from 55 to 88, That means I'm increasing in numbers. That's why I multiply. All right, then all you have to do is figure out your scaling factor. Like I said, if it's difficult for you to think about what to multiply 55 by to get 88, see how many times 55 can go into 88. That's a division problem. Again, I got 1.6. All right, so let's just double check, because Miss Linsky's paranoid sometimes. 55 times my scaling factor of 1.5 gives me 88. Magical. So I'm going to use the same scaling factor down here. I'm going to multiply 100 by 1.6. Well, Miss Linsky, that's a pretty small number. Yes, it is. That means it's going to be 160. That's my guess. Let's see if we're right. 100 times my scaling factor of 1.6. Oh my gosh. Is 160. So x is equal to, oh, I'm going to have to write it off to the side. $160 is what? Don't just write 160. You better be specific. $160 is the original price of Andrew's shoes. Now, you can check yourself with cross multiplication, okay? So the only two numbers that are across from each other are 88 and 100. Whoop, don't need to see my texts. So if I do 88 times 100, ooh, I get 8,800. I'm going to take this number and divide it by my unused number. I haven't even touched 55, so I'm going to divide 800. Oh, like I said, it's a late night. 8,800 divided by 55 gives me 160. I was right. So guys, if you have any questions whatsoever, please Class Dojo me. I will help you. I promise. Good luck, and I hope you guys enjoy your break. Bye.